In order to freely improvise outside of the proverbial box and be able to sight read a piece of music well on the guitar, one has to be able to see the pitches on their fretboard in as many ways as possible. In this video, I'll show you another approach to effectively mapping your fretboard to help you know your guitar inside out. Hey there, welcome to Inside Out Guitar. I'm Colin Sapp. I hope you've been having success with what I covered in the first two fretboard mapping videos. The more repetitions you can give those exercises, the more the fretboard will reveal itself to you, so keep up the hard work. Once you have your chromatic scale and major scales mapped out on every string, apply that same exercise concept to other scales like harmonic minor, melodic minor, harmonic major, symmetrical diminished, or any other scale that you want to have command of. Practicing our scales linearly is a great way to graft our theoretical understanding onto our instrument. If you haven't watched the first two fretboard mapping videos, I highly recommend that you work with those first, as I'll be using some of the information that I covered in those in this video. Up to this point, we've done extensive mapping of our fretboard along what we could call the x-axis. But of course, we could also map our fretboard along the y-axis. One way to think about this is by using a set number of notes per string. So let's dive right in. Let's work in the key of G major. As you know by now, G major has all natural notes except for F sharp. If we were to play G major one note per string, it would look like this. While it may not be the most practical way to play the scale, it sure gives us some insight as to how the guitar behaves when we cross strings. Notice the steep backwards angle that playing the scale in this way creates, and also the incredible contrast to playing the note on a single string. Right away, it looks like we can merge two paths, the one note per string path and the single string path. This already obliterates the convention of staying in one place on the neck when playing a scale. We could play G major with two notes per string, and it would look like this. Not as steep of an angle, but still going in the same direction as before. If we played three notes per string, it would start to inch up the fretboard and give us just over a 2-octave reach. Playing the scale 4 notes per string would give us over a 3-octave span. Then we could play G major starting from the different scale degrees, which of course yields our modes, A Dorian, B Phrygian, C Lydian, etc. Here's what A Dorian would look like 4 notes per string. A little side note here, if you don't already know major mode theory, do a little digging on the internet. There are tons of amazing resources that you can teach yourself major modes with, so I feel it's a little redundant for me to cover that here. That being said, we will be using some theory regarding the modes down the road, so get the theory part together and apply this mapping concept to them. After you feel comfortable playing G major in these different configurations, move on to other keys and map them in the same way. An important point here is to make sure that you're thinking of the pitch names as you play the scales, and not thinking of a fingering. If it helps to say the pitch names out loud like we did in parts 1 and 2, then do that. When you've mapped out all the major scales along these different paths, start to explore various combinations of notes per string. For example, I could play G major starting on the 5th note, D, on the E string, and start with 3 notes, then 4, then 3, then 3, then 3 again, and then 4. And on the way down I could change it up. I'll play 3, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3. Just make it up as you go to challenge yourself and see if you can find your way. This is a great intermediary step to help connect your fretboard awareness and theoretical understanding to your improvisation process. Once again, you can apply this concept to any scales that you want to master: melodic minor, harmonic minor, even pentatonics. Let me show you how this could apply to an A minor pentatonic scale. The pitches of A minor pentatonic are A, C, D, E, and G. I'm going to start on the last note, G, on our low E string. I'm going to play the scale in a 2-3 configuration. That means I'll play 2 notes on the E, 3 notes on the A, 2 notes on the D, 3 notes on the G, 2 notes on the B, and 3 notes on the high E. I'll keep that same configuration for descending. Look at the range that we just covered, from the 3rd fret all the way to the 12th fret with relative ease. Mapping scales in this way gives us useful options for when it's time to create. For example, let me improvise in that A minor pentatonic scheme that I just illustrated for you. Okay, now it's your turn. Spend some hours exploring scales with various combinations of notes per string. Over time, I hope you feel less restricted on your fretboard. For more guitar insights, please subscribe to the Inside Out Guitar channel. Thanks for watching, happy practicing, and I'll see you next time on Inside Out Guitar.